Trigger Vibe, subscribers, friends, family, wherever you are in the world, hope you're having a great day. It's absolutely throwing it down here. I'm stuck in the studio, so if you can hear some rain on the roof, then you know where it's coming from, but it's meant to be a pretty grim weekend. This is going to be the second in a series of 5 about my rifles. So I'm not going to go into all the technical detail because there's thousands of reviews, but it's more to do with why did I buy it and how does it make me feel, what do I like about it and what don't I like about it. So the second rifle that I bought was the 4th rifle, which I ended up buying, and this was purchased from, as you probably guessed now, directly from RatWorks. So it was RatWorks tuned, and it was the HW98. So why the HW98? So a lot of research, a lot of text messages go backwards and forwards between me and my friends. And what was I going to use this rifle for? Or was I going to be using it for hunting? Because I had my AGT Vixen and other lightweight PCPs. I really wanted to get back to basics with the AirRifle journey. So I felt like that I had 15 years off this journey, and I bought a PCP 15 years ago, which was a Weirauch Sporter, and although there was no digital scopes around at those times, I never really knew how to shoot a rifle properly. So I was pretty much sold on the idea of getting either a break barrel, gas ram, or some other kind of spring rifle. I ended up probably about 2 months later making the decision to buy the HW98. Now, why the HW98? The HW98 I think is one of the most overlooked rifles in the Weirauch range. All of the emphasis really goes on to the 97s, and you get lots of new different limited editions of those, and you also get a lot of people joining the sport buying the 99s, which is fine, that's great. And there's a lot of chatter around the standard model to get is the 95, because it's the best break barrel hunting rifle there is out there. I wanted really more of a target rifle, something that can give me accuracy, so I didn't mind if it was a little bit heavier. So I wanted something that I knew I wasn't going to be carrying around on a field. It was going to be on a bench. So I ended up with this HW98, which is here. I proudly showed that off. So it's a beautiful rifle. It's the 2025 version, and the way you can tell that is that the stippling is different. You've got, in the 2024 models, this was more blacked out, and the stippling across the side here for the grip, that was almost blacked out as well. So they've kind of gone away from that edition, and now I've gone back to more of a base look. Now, a lot of people think this is a walnut stock. It's not. It's actually a beech stock, but a lot of people are fooled into thinking that it is a walnut, but it is not. So it is a, if I can, hopefully it's still on my face, It's a break barrel rifle, so you simply break the rifle like so, and you put your pellet in here. This is the 2.2 version, if I've not already said so. And single loader, put it in there. It's a very, very tight fit. That's one of the things I've noticed. Break the barrel completely, push back up, pellet is loaded into the breech, and then you're almost ready to go. So then you put your rifle down, you would take aim. There is a safety catch which is here, which always catches me out, and turn that off and you take your shot. Now why is the HW98 slightly different? Well, the 98 doesn't come with the moderator or the silencer as standard. It's a what we call a bull barrel rifle. So on the end of this rifle you get a almost another part of the barrel which is weighted, and it screws onto the end of this rifle and acts as an additional weight. And what that does is it's meant to reduce any kickback or lessen the movement of your rifle as you're taking aim and taking fire. Now, I have not, quite honestly, seen any difference in having either the bull barrel on there or the moderator on there. But what I do know though is this is, after my first 500 rounds of letting it in, is the most accurate, if you shoot it correctly, the most accurate of any of my rifles, without doubt. And that is probably up to 25 meters. So yeah, I'm not shooting 5p piece groups at 60 yards, but 25 meters you can get 5p groups with this rifle easily. It's beautiful to shoot. There's something about it. It feels like a proper rifle. It just feels like you're back to basics and you've got to learn how to hold this rifle. And when I say learn about holding the rifle, it's all about, you know, the artillery hold, of learning how to hold it, cushioning the rifle, so ensuring that the rifle is not being forced into your shoulder, but you're almost caressing that rifle into the right position so that you can take shot on your target. It's a fantastic rifle, and one of the other bonuses is you get through a lot less pellets as well. It's a Sporter style stock. You've got also here, you might have seen it earlier, an adjustable cheek piece. So I think this is the only Weirauch which is either got a spring in it or brake barrel or underlever that has got an adjustable cheek piece. I mean, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm not the expert on springers, but this is the only one I own. In terms of the stippling, it's enough to know it's there, but it doesn't take over the rifle aesthetics. So you have to really hold this rifle to kind of really feel how this feels in the hand. And you know, that's easy to say, but if you were to consider buying one of these 98s, I would certainly go down to your registered firearms dealer and shoulder it, because they are quite weighty, but they are also very, very well balanced as well. And when I say well balanced, they are not front heavy or rear heavy. They are pretty much, I think, in my opinion, again this is my opinion alone, they're pretty much within the centre in terms of the balancing. The trigger, it's a record trigger, which is pretty standard for all of the Weirauchs. You can go and adjust that. It's got a very, very well defined phase 1 and phase 2 firing point. Beautiful trigger. It's very simple. Again, I am not an expert in taking rifles to pieces. This suited me fine at the RFD. If it didn't, I would have done what I asked them to do on my last rifle, which was the FX Micro, and actually asked them to change the trigger whilst I was there. And never be afraid of doing that, because at the end of the day they want to sell you a rifle. But it's a fantastic trigger, beautifully made, absolutely beautifully made. In terms of power performance, right, I've kind of skipped along a little bit here, but I got a RatWorks tuned rifle. Now, why did I do that? Well, RatWorks, they are an organisation which live fairly close by to me, probably within 25 miles. They're a specialist tuning outfit for air rifles, PCP, and springers, brake barrels, etc. And for a package, they will do a piece of work on your rifle and basically take it back to basics, take it to pieces. They will deburr it, they will do all sorts of things to it to make sure that it runs as smoothly as possible, and you get rid of that horrible twang noise and the kick you can get from a brand new rifle. So when you shoot this rifle, and unfortunately I can't shoot this rifle here because I'm in my studio, but it is pretty quiet. From this end of the moderator it sounds quite noisy, but actually I've been told from the other side of the moderator it's actually just as quiet as one of my PCPs. So they've clearly worked on the internals on this, polished them up, and given me back a rifle which is near perfection. So they're doing all the bits that Weirauch don't do in their quality control. You get a certificate with it with RatWorks as well to say that this is the serial number and it's what work's been done on it. I had the seal changed in it to a red seal, and if you go onto their website it will tell you about all the benefits of that, so I won't go all through those details, but it's a rifle which is certainly working for me and hitting the mark. One of the other nice little things that touches that they do as well, they laser engrave, and I don't want to get out of the camera too much, but as you can see down here, RatWorks, they've laser engraved that onto the stock, so you know that's been through the RatWorks company. So it's fantastic piece of kit. In terms of handling, I mainly bench rest this. Let me get that camera back in my head. I mainly bench rest this, so I put it onto sandbags and basically shoot at the target. So that's what I bought it for. So no ambitions of going out into the woods. It gives a much smoother shot cycle as well by polishing the internals. They do replace and fine tune some of the internals if required, and the firing cycle is a lot tidier as well. But generally they make the feeling of firing the rifle better, if that's the way to describe it. You really need to shoot a RatWorks tuned rifle, and we're getting to this debate about there are better tuners out there, but you know, I'm not really bothered about that. I knew about RatWorks, I spoke to them over the phone for quite a long time, and I trusted what they told me, so I had a lot of faith. In terms of lead time, this probably took from the initial order to picking it up probably around 5 weeks. In terms of customer service, second to none. They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So kept me informed throughout. I arranged to go down and pick the rifle up, and paid my money and picked it up. What are the downsides to the rifle? Downsides of rifle is heavier than a PCP. So if you've got a PCP and used to having something which is sub 3 kilos, be in for a shock. These things are, don't quote me, but probably 3.7 to 3.8 kilos. They're quite heavy. That's unscoped as well. On mine is a Hawk, and I think this is a Vantage scope, which is a 4 to 16. So that adds a bit of weight to it as well. But remember, you are buying this because it is a precision tool with that extra weight to give you the accuracy to shoot those nice little tight groups. In terms of power, so RatWorks will also give you a certificate, and they test this quite extensively. This shoots 11.6 foot-pounds. Now, I've had this rifle now for 6 months, so I've bedded this in quite well now. I've got to say, after the first 100 to 250 shots, I thought I'd made the wrong decision, and the pellets were going everywhere. But you definitely need to lead that barrel in. So 500 shots through it and it started to perform. You don't see any performance benefits until you've got that truly leaded in. Once that's done, it's amazing. So yeah, this shoots at 11.6 foot-pounds from RatWorks. I've chronoed it since it's come out, and it still shoots at 11.6 foot-pounds. So they're great. RatWorks also, by the way, I am not sponsored by RatWorks. If it sounds like I am, I'm just telling you about why I bought it from RatWorks. RatWorks also give you a lifetime guarantee on the work as well. I believe it is transferable. Double check on the website for that, but if you get any problems with this rifle in the future, they will take this rifle and sort those issues out for you. It was straight out of the box when I got it, so yeah, I didn't even know that I'd actually done any work on it apart from that RatWorks symbol on the bottom. Lead times, talked about that earlier. It's probably 5 to 6 weeks in terms of ordering the rifle, so don't expect to go there, pick the rifle up and shoot it the same day. It won't happen. What type of pellets does it prefer? I actually cannot remember which ones it prefers. If I just have a quick look over here, I think it's the RS, the RSs, the 22s, the RS, yes. It's the RS 22s. That's alright, my pellets are all kept over there in their own little, I've got a lot of 177s because I've got all 177 PCPs, but 22s, I've got only a few cans left, but it's the RS pellets. And yeah, I don't try anything else because it shoots them perfectly. Right, okay, in terms of RatWorks on forums, they get, I think, a bit of unfair press because normally you get, I'm going to put this rifle down here because it's quite heavy, like I said. I think they get a bit of unfair press, to be honest, because they're an organisation which specialises in tuning, and it's quite easy to get onto the internet as a keyboard warrior and classify all rifles as poorly tuned. But in my experience, RatWorks have been absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't hesitate at all in going back there and paying the price to get it tuned. In terms of how much did it cost to get it tuned from a stock rifle, it was in the region of £200 plus the red seal, which was an extra 20, plus the mod, which I think was another £100. So you're looking at around 300, 320, 330 to get it to this tuned standard. But I know for a fact now that I've got a rifle which I can depend on, and it's the rifle I want. I, as you'll see through all my rifles, like to get something a little bit different. So having a RatWorks tuned rifle as my first break barrel rifle was very important to me. So that's why I bought the RatWorks. Please don't start telling me that there are better tuners out there. Better is a very subjective word, but it's the rifle I've got. I'm very happy with it, and it will outshoot any of my other rifles at 25 yards. So there you go. Is it worth the money? Absolutely, yeah. It's cost me about £1,000 in total without the scope, but I have learnt how to shoot a break barrel rifle. Now, I'm not saying that I am the world's best break barrel shooter. I've been shooting this for 6 months. That is it. So I've got loads and loads and loads to learn. But I am better than I was 6 months ago, and it's all down to this rifle. So would I buy this one again over any other rifle? Yeah, I would. The 97s I found were too heavy for me. I have a bit of a problem with my back, so anything heavier than this would have been an issue for me. But this rifle for me has opened my eyes in terms of a different way of shooting within the same sport. I have used this on a couple of occasions for hunting within 25 meters. The punch behind this as a 2.2 is significantly different than it is to a 177. If this hits in the right place, the vermin will go down and will not flicker afterwards. Thankfully, I've not missed anything with this rifle, only because I've only just started recently shooting with it as a vermin control rifle. But it's fantastic. If you've got any questions around the 98 or RatWorks or anything else to do with this rifle, by all means, please drop me a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I'm going to put the rifle down and back in its holder without my face trying to come off the camera. So that's rifle number 2. The rest of them are going to be PCPs. I hope you're enjoying this series. It's not meant to be long and hugely technical, but it's more the emotion of buying a Springer rifle and why I've bought it. But it was to get back to basics, but to do it with a fantastic rifle and with a 2.2. It's the only 2.2 I own. Right, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching it if you've made it through to the end. Please like the channel. We have this is one series I've got going off amongst a number of other things that are happening at the moment. As you can see, the studio is starting to take shape. That will be another video. But yeah, sub to the channel for some up and coming news on new items, the studio, some permissions and some hunts we've done recently, and some new technology that we've also managed to get hold of as well. like the video and put a tick by a tick. And if you've got any comments, like I said, put them in the comment box before. It's meant to be a fun channel, and I'm hoping you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying making it. Listen, I started this YouTube journey 4 or 5 weeks ago, so I'm relatively new to all of this as well as airgunning, so I'm learning so much. I just hope you are enjoying it as much as me. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you.